Hi and welcome to the second episode of this Devlog series where I create a mix of a top-down shooter and a tower defense game. So tomorrow I'm going to a little family trip for 1 week and I have little time to improve this to actually look like a game, so I have to do it really fast. First I started working the bullets because in the last video showed them a little bit and they didn't move actually, so I make them go in a straight line. Then I made the basic enemy AI, so you have actually something to shoot. For now the enemies just follow the player in a straight line, so if I put something in the middle they will probably get stuck, but I will change it later because I don't have too much time now. Now the enemies reach the player but do nothing, so I added some health and a timer to the enemies, so the enemies don't make constant attacks, so for now they have only 3 stats: health, attack speed and move speed. Then I made the bullet behavior, so they deal damage to the enemies. So for now the bullets, like the enemies, have only 3 stats: the lifetime, the speed and of course the damage. I played a little bit to test all of this and then I noticed that it was too easy to hit the enemies, so I added a little system that spawns every bullet with a random rotation so they don't go in a perfect straight line. This gave me the idea on maybe adding something like a multi-shot, like a shotgun, or an automatic rifle, like you hold the button in the mouse and you start shooting a lot, because right now you have to click every time you want to shoot. Since the enemies were spawned by hand, I made a simple spawner that spawn enemies from an enemy pool with an internal timer. The player has his own life points, but it was like an internal integer, so I used to display it with Devlog, so I fixed that, putting 3 ugly red boxes in one of the corners of the screen, and they go down if an enemy touches you. But with all these add-ons, this lacks some kind of thing that makes you want to play the game, so I added a little money counter, and every time you kill an enemy they drop 1 coin. For now there is only 1 enemy in the game. I'm going to add a lot more in the future, but this is all what I need for now to start testing the construction system. I started making this in the UI side to avoid the towers, but didn't like how the button system worked, like without code, so I used only the interface part and created 2 buttons. One is active every time and the other one is off, so when you click one you enable the other one and enable the canvas for the buoy button. With all of this I just needed like a custom cursor, so I can have like a child object added to that cursor, and rotate the walls and the towers you are going to build. So I started doing that, watching the Blackthorn prod video, and then I made some of my custom modifications. Then I found a bug that enemies only attack you once and then like stop, and that remembered of a time that I had the same problem but with the cursor in my game jam game. So I fixed that, making a little system that every time that the enemy detects that collides with the player, I start a timer every 1 second or something like that wake up the rigid body, because it's go to sleeps and stop detecting any kind of collision. And then it got super late, so I didn't have any more time to do stuff, so I had to stop. So I hope the next week video goes a lot better. I'm trying, because my speaking is, I feel like weird. I'm trying to try new stuff. This time I write a little script, but I still feel my speaking like stopping every time I'm starting to talk, and sometimes I misspell some word or say something in my own language. So yeah, so if you have any kind of idea, please leave it in the comments right below, so I can go better in this of making devlogs.